Alright, we're back. This is gonna be part 4 of like the origin story. Kind of. Well, basically how we met Trigger. It's basically the origin story because it shows up like when we first moved to the narrative. Yeah, so 2. Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. Why is it? Why did it tell me to come here? I'm going to. Sorry, double load screen. Bum 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 bum. Hello, Trigger. Just staring at her. Alright, Scott Outpost. You know, initially I was just gonna try this game out and see how it was. And originally it was pretty bad, which is kind of why I stopped playing, but it's a lot better now. I'm glad they took out the stupid TV system. But they replaced it with like Yapfest, which was like a Hoyo classic, and that's a little annoying sometimes. Like, it's cool to get lore and stuff, but like they could have just made it, you know, concise story, get to the point, not as much Yapfesting, and not have that stupid TV system. What's wrong? Stare. Alright. Let's go talk to the familiar faces. Ooh. Yeah, okay. Alan! Alan! I'm just gonna skip this because that's that voice. It's not really fun to, and it'll cut on video time, or like on recording time too.
Miss, I'm sorry for being mean to you before. Mom told me you were protecting Dad until the very last moment before you passed out. I shouldn't have said you left him to die.
Kids
really
say the
sorry.
most unhinged thing.
Zita was really young when it happened, so she was too little to understand, and I haven't really talked about it.
That's
I hope she
Yanagi's
didn't
voice.
upset you.
That's
No.
Yanagi's voice.
She was right. If only I'd been strong enough to take down most of the ethereals, maybe they wouldn't have ended up in that situation.
Oh, that's not fair. The old capital was falling. No single person's strength could ever be the deciding factor in the face of a disaster like that.
Oh yeah, Granny coming in with words
In
of
spite
wisdom.
of it all, you survived. If they were still here, I'm sure they'd see that as something to celebrate.
I've always known the truth. I failed to protect them. A weakling like me survived, and the rest of them disappeared without a trace. This isn't solace. It's the worst possible outcome. That's something I can't face. I've never had the courage to tell you I couldn't protect your loved ones. All I can do is wander New Eridu, hoping to find some trace of them. Even after all this time, I still haven't accomplished anything. I'm sorry.
You really don't know us at all. This isn't the worst possible outcome by any means. Styx, my husband, and all his comrades who lost their lives, each one of them left behind their own legacy. Just look all around you. Everyone standing before you is a legacy they protected that is carried on to this day. After my husband passed away, Zeta and I received survivor benefits.
You should
With
always
all
just
the
pay
odd
attention
jobs
to
I've
like
been
the
doing,
lights under
we've
Trigger's
managed
mask.
to get to where we are
Because like
today.
they light up differently depending on
Styx
her mood.
always
It's
wanted
kind
our
of a
daughter
cute
to
touch.
study art, and Zeta's interested in it too.
So like right now they're
that
yellow,
dream
so
has
she's
become a
happy or
reality.
content.
She just got accepted into the art school in Janus Quarter.
Mom and I have our tough days, but I often think of Dad's cheerful laughter, and that memory gives me the strength to keep pushing through. One day, it'll all pay off, just like it has now.
Thank you for always being by my husband's side, even at the very end.
Well, I suppose you must have heard about my condition from my son.
Ethel, Cocytus used to tell me about you. He often took leave or skipped work to earn extra money by part-timing, or to care for you when you were sick in bed.
Yes, that's true, but I bet he never told you my illness became so bad that I needed major surgery, and he worked his tail off to raise the money. Who would have thought he would pass before me? I used the
That's sad.
benefits from his death for the surgery, and that's the only reason I'm here today. In a way, his passing allowed my life to continue. Every
That's a little
time
sweet
I
to
think about it, I feel
but
like
it is sad.
I need to keep my body healthy and live a few more years. The sights I see, I believe he can sense them from somewhere far away.
Aww.
When I was too weak to take care of him, it was you and your comrades who stayed by his side. Thank you for everything that you've done for him.
That's just so sweet.
As for me, well, I'm currently working as a fashion designer.
Yeah,
A
you look
fashion
like the type.
designer. Is that because of Acheron?
It is.
Bro,
I'm
when
sure
did
you remember
Acheron
how
jump
much
from
she
Star
loved
Rail to
beautiful
Zedless?
things. She was always into fashion, so I decided to become part of that world. That way, she can always be with me. I admit I had no idea how fun fashion design could be until I actually gave it a shot. I wish I'd figured that out sooner. We would have had so much more to talk about. Anyway, I'm planning to start my own fashion brand next year. She used to say that after retiring from the army, she wanted to pursue fashion design. I really want to carry on her dream. It feels like my life's purpose. You know, she used to talk about you when she came home for the holidays. How your rivalry pushed her to keep improving. So, thank you. I'm proud of my sister. And I'm proud of you, too.
As you can see, all of us have made it to this day, carrying the will of those we loved. So please don't say they left nothing behind. They've always been a part of every pain and joy we've experienced over the years. Please remember, everything and everyone in New Eridu is only here today because you all risked your lives in battle.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. It's been wonderful to hear about how you're all doing and to listen to these words. I'm so glad I decided to come here on Remembrance Day.
Speaking of which, I wasn't expecting to see any of you. What brings you here today?
I could ask you the same thing, Ethel. Last time I asked, you said you weren't coming. I only came because I suddenly got a DM from Nathan. He said he really wanted me to be here.
I'm here because of Nathan's message, too. He was pretty insistent, so I thought he'd be here. But I've been looking around for a while now. I still haven't seen him.
So, it's the same for all of us. I responded to his message, but he never wrote back. Isn't that strange?
Oh, her thing is
Sorry,
Her thing is
but
pink.
who's this Nathan you're
Aw,
talking
she's
about?
blushing.
Nathan is Lethe's younger brother. Frankly, out of all of us, he's probably the one who wants to see you the most. He used to be part of the Defense Force himself, and
The day the old capital fell, his squad was responsible for supporting the forces that had already entered the Hollow, which included all of you. He's told us that story so many times. When they saw how bad things were in that Hollow, some of the reinforcements called off their plans and pulled back. He tried to stop them, but there was nothing he could do.
He always blamed himself and wanted to find you to apologize. But the truth is, the reinforcements retreating was inevitable. Shortly after their retreat, headquarters issued the official order. We all lost someone in that disaster. And for a while, we resented the reinforcements for their decision. But over time, we came to understand it, and we eventually let it go. There was no avoiding casualties in that battle. In hindsight, it wasn't wrong for headquarters to prioritize saving their strength.
May I ask what the name of Nathan's squad was when he was in the Defense Force?
The Impera squad of the Obsidian Division. Is something wrong?
Nothing. It's just... I think I might have stumbled upon the answer I was looking for.
Oh, she learned something. I think she's a little angry because it's red. And there was another person who claimed to be in Paris, so maybe that person is, maybe that person was lying?
Is that Zoe on the podium?
Yeah.
Is she here to speak for the soldiers? That seems fitting. She's cut medals after all. But I don't see Jesse or Aaron anywhere. Didn't they come?
Everyone please, quiet down. Zoe, of Nemesis Squad, a representative of the veterans, will now deliver the Remembrance Day speech.
That's not the squad she was in.
Hello, everyone. I'm honored to stand here and speak on behalf of all of the soldiers of the Defense Force. Today,
Unless I remember that
we
wrong.
gather to commemorate Remembrance Day, a day born from the tragedy of the old capital's fall. Many of us lost relatives or friends in the disaster, and I am no exception. Every member of my squad perished in that battle, leaving me as the only survivor. Losing the friends you cherish to the Hollow is a pain that never fades. It's a sorrow that will stay with us, now and forever. However, to the families of the fallen soldiers, hold your heads high with pride for your loved ones who gave their lives. They fought to the very last moment when the old capital fell. Death isn't the end, nor dishonor. It is their eternal medal.
I bet you she's
They
the Grim
gave
Vulture.
their lives facing an
I'm calling it.
unstoppable
Grim
disaster,
Vulture. It's her.
exchanging their sacrifice for the world we have today. In doing so, they fulfilled their duties as soldiers to perfection.
I feel like her
Without
voice
the
sounds
blood
like
they
it too.
spilled,
Like it sounds
Eridu
similar
would
to
not
Grim
have
Vulture's
endured,
voice.
and new Eridu would never have risen from the ashes. In honor of the wishes of the departed, look ahead, people of New Eridu. Our thoughts and remembrance of those who passed will be carried in every flicker of candlelight and in every bouquet of flowers. My speech was meant to end here, but since you all seem quite engaged, please allow me to share a little more. The reason you all agree with what I've said is because it offers a way to step away from the pain. That's what the living do. They seek ways to ease the weight of others' deaths so they can find a way to start over. This is the new Eridu of today. A huge disaster consumed the old capital, and the people who survived it keep saying things like, treasure the moment and start fresh to numb themselves, hoping to forget the nightmare. No one talks about the soldiers who gave their lives in Hollow Zero. No one asks why they had to die. The brave gave their lives battling the ethereal onslaught, while the weak survived. This is New Eridu, built by weaklings. Its order founded upon their way of thinking.
Oh, he's definitely
Your
sus.
pause makes me realize you all accept this logic. Each of you had loved ones who sacrificed their lives in the fall of the old capital. And now, you're thankful that someone has encouraged you to move on from them. What meaning does the sacrifice of those who died have if you all choose to forget? Have you never thought about why your own loved ones had to die? And why no one is responsible for their deaths?
Miss Zoe, there's not much time left for your,
Open your eyes! I'm speaking to those who have lost loved ones! If death is the medal for the fallen, then pain is the cross the living must bear. If you fear its weight and run from the suffering, the soldiers will never find peace in their eternal rest. To tear the wound open once again, so you'll never forget the searing pain! That's the real meaning of Remembrance Day!
Jesus Christ.
I don't agree.
Charon, I didn't expect you to be here for Remembrance Day. How are things going with your search? Seems like you have something to say.
She's totally
Among the people
vulture.
standing here,
The Grim Vulture.
There's a woman who raised her daughter with the survivor benefits left by her husband. Another who's been able to carry on with her life thanks to the final efforts of her child. And yet another who's found purpose because of the influence of his late sister. The will of the deceased lives on in every person here. The soldiers who died during the fall of the old capital fought for this. The future that their loved ones are making for themselves now. The old me might have agreed with what you said, but someone taught me that pain and hardship can lead to hope. They helped me see that hope could be inherited, not just destroyed when life fades. That's why I believe the departed didn't leave us wounded or with a heavy cross to bear, but with a melody. Each of us holds a harmonica that plays the melody of life. At first, it may sound awkward, but it will eventually flow smoothly, taking on our own style, until it merges with our soul.
You seem quite certain about what you're saying. Tell me then, what kind of melody is left behind by those we've lost?
Bust a harmonica.
I'm not sure. I can't picture the exact melody, but I trust the answer I've chosen. And I trust everything I've seen and heard.
I was hoping she would bust out the harmonica.
A vague and insubstantial answer, isn't it? I was right about you, Charon. From the moment we met, I knew we'd never really understand each other.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Everyone, I apologize for taking up your time. My speech ends here. Please feel free to continue with your visit.
We're tracking her.
What do you think, Proxy?
Something was definitely off about her just now.
She's Grim Vulture.
Things
I'm
she
calling it.
said, I'm starting to get a really bad feeling about this.
You mean about her real identity, right? Looks like we're on the same page.
Ooh, she ain't.
Shielded by her identity as a decorated soldier, she seemed pretty confident that we wouldn't confront her directly on military ground like at the outpost. She arrived so brazenly and left without a care. If I'm right about this, she'll be trying to contact us again in no time.
Looks like you're a little busy, so I'll keep it short. The client just sent me a location via Knock Knock, along with a picture of several unconscious, tied-up individuals. I'll send you the location shortly. It should be an entrance to the Hollow in Port Elpis. At this stage, I don't have any further requests. My only hope is that you'll proceed with caution.
A location with a picture of the hostages. Looks like Grim Vulture is losing patience and wants to put an end to all this.
Yo, Zoe is 100% Grim Vulture. I'm calling it.
Charon, what's your plan? With everything that's happened,
No matter what you choose, I'll stay by your side till the very end.
I've made up my mind. Proxy, please accept my official commission. Help me venture into the depths of the Hollow to rescue the client and any other hostages. It's time to put an end to this. It's up to me to stop Grim Vulture. Stop her from crushing everything in front of her with that heavy cross.
Alright. Alright, that'll do it for this part. We'll come back in part 4, I believe, if I counted correctly. And yeah, should be the conclusion, but I'll catch you guys in the next video.